completing the square. It's the second method of solving quadratic equations, and we're back with the same example we left off in factorization, which couldn't be really solved by the factorization method, but we're going to solve it with completing the square method this time and see its solution. So we're going to follow some steps and we'll solve this. So step 1 is to shift the constant term to the other side. In this case, it's plus 1. We're going to shift it to the other side. It's going to become minus 1. So let's write that down. 2x squared minus 9x equal to minus 1. So now we're going to do the second step, which is making sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. And over here it's 2, so we're going to make it 1. So if it were like this 2 wasn't here, it was just like x squared minus 9x equal to minus 1, then we didn't really have to do the second step because it was already 1. But right here it's 2, so we're going to see we're going to make it 1. We're going to see how we can make it 1. So we're going to divide every single term by the coefficient of x squared, which in this case it's 2. So we're going to divide it by every single thing, every single term, like that. And then we're going to cross out this 2 and this 2 to make it 1. And we're going to get x squared minus 9x over 2 equal to minus 1 over 2. Now we're going to do the third step, which is completing the square. We're going to complete the square on the left side. So let's see, yeah, over here, yes. So let's complete the square. So we're going to have x squared. We're going to basically be following a formula, which is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared equal to a plus b whole square. So this is basically a squared. So and then minus 2 and then a again, so that was a squared, and this is a squared is x squared, so this is x, and then b, and then plus b squared. So we don't really know the value of b, so we're going to find it out. So over here, this 9 over 2, we're going to take that, the coefficient of x right now, we're going to take that and multiply it by 1 over 2. So it doesn't need to be always this. Obviously, it can be any single thing like 5 or like 1 over 2, or like any single thing else, but we're always going to multiply it by 1 over 2 to find the value. So it's going to be, in this case, it's going to be 9 over 4. So that is the value of b. We're going to write it down here. And over here too, this is in square, and equal to minus 1 over 2. And we're also going to add it on this side, because if we add this on one side, then we got to add it on the other. Now I'm just going to write the formula down so it makes way more sense. It's a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Let me point out what every single thing is. So this is b squared, this is 2ab, and this is a squared. And this formula equals to a minus b whole square, which is not obviously this term right here, but this is what we're going to transform a squared minus 2x 9 over 4 plus 9 over 4 squared into. So we had to add plus 9 over 4 squared on this side because we add it on the left side. And if we add something on one side, we got to add it on the other side to make it equal, or the equal sign wouldn't be there. So, and what about this part? Well, this x is exactly like it was, you know, if you take the square, it's the same thing. If we take these brackets away, same thing. And this 2x and 9 over 4, if we cross out this 2 by this 4, we're going to get 2 down here. And if we multiply that by x, it's 9x over 2, exactly what we got before. So these two are nothing changed. Like, they're the same thing, just written in a different way. But this over here, that's what we added by ourselves by the fourth formula. So that we had to add it on both sides. So now we're going to transform this into a minus b whole square. So it's going to be like x, which is basically a, and then b, which is minus. That's not why we just wrote minus here, because this right here is minus, and so because of that the formula is, so that's which formula, and then that's b, and it's equal to, so on this side we're going to write minus 1 over 2 plus, now we're going to open up the formula, so it's going to be like 16 and this is going to be 81. So we're going to try to take the LCM, so we're going to multiply 2 by something to make it 16, and in this case we're going to have to multiply obviously 8 because that's what makes 16. So same thing over here, but I'm not really going to write it. And then let's multiply 8 by both of them, plus 81 over 16. So again, same thing over on this side, and it's going to be minus 8 over 16 plus 81 over 16. And now we're just going to write them together. Same thing again over here, and it's going to be 73 over 16 on this side. And over here, it's going to be x minus 9 over 4. Now we're going to take the square root of both to eliminate the square over here, and we're going to do that on both sides. So it's going to be like, and over here it's going to be a plus minus. So we're going to cross out this square by the square root, and we're going to write it down right over here. X minus 9 over 4 equal to plus minus. There's going to be 73 on the top because, you know, it doesn't really have anything to turn into, and 16 because it's going to turn into 4. So we're going to shift this minus 9 over 4 to the other side. So it's going to be x equal to plus minus 73 over 4 plus 9 over 4. And then we're going to shift this, we're going to take the LCM, so we're going to shift this 9 right over here, so it's going to be 9 plus minus 173 over 4. And that is our answer. So something that couldn't be solved by the factorization method, we solved by completing the square method. So guys, now we're going to be doing the third method of solving quadratic equations, which is the quadratic formula. So we're going to be deriving this formula, and the two things we need are knowing how to do the completing the square method and the standard form of a quadratic equation. So I'm just about to write down the formula right here. The formula is x equal to minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This might look hard, but it really isn't, because all you gotta do is put the values in, multiply, divide, take the square root, and different stuff. So we're gonna start off with the standard form of a quadratic equation and make it into that. So let's write down the standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, provided a is not equal to 0. So a is not equal to 0 basically. So first step is going to be shifting the constant, which is plus c over here, to the other side. It's going to be minus c when it gets there. So ax squared plus bx equal to minus c. Our second step is to make x squared coefficient 1, which is a right now. So we eliminate this a right here. But how we're going to do that is we're going to divide every single thing by a, so every single term. So we're going to take it every single thing like that, and oops. Yes, that is way better. So that way this a and a will cut out and we get 1, but these, of course, a's remain there. So let me go in there and okay, it was too wobbly. Let's use this. Okay. So now we're going to be writing what we have, like right here, plus bx over a equal to minus c over a. So we're going to be following a formula, which is a squared plus 2ab plus, not 2 again, sorry, plus b squared equal to a plus b whole square. So we're going to first transform a squared plus bx over a into a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and then into the a plus b whole square. So over here we're going to put basically the values, like instead of this formula, we're going to put the values from here. So we're going to take, like in a square, a square is going to be x squared, and plus 2, this comes like that, a again. So now we're not going to put a square, because if a squared is x squared, then a is x. So, and then we're going to put b, so we don't really know what b is. B over a is not the value of b, basically. We need to find b's value, and how we're going to do that is we're going to multiply b over a by 1 over 2. So that's always, whenever you gotta find b's value in completing the square, you gotta multiply it by 1 over 2. So it's gonna be b over 2a. We're gonna write that over here. That is the value of b over 2a, and then equal to minus c over a, and then plus b over 2a squared. And also we're going to put that over here too. I forgot to. Let me just erase that. Extend that a bit. And then plus right over here, it's going to be b over 2a squared. So why I added this to this side, let me just explain, is because if we add it on this side, we have to add on both sides. Like, if we add on one side, to make it equal, we got to add on both. So x squared, let me scroll a bit up to make it more sensible. So x squared is exactly like x squared if we put even the square outside. It doesn't really matter. It's going to, apply inside. So, and then this right over here is the same thing. This 2x b into b over 2a. If we cross this 2 by this 2 because they're multiplying, we're going to get b over a, multiply that with x, and we have bx over a. So let's not do that right now, obviously, because we need to transform this into a plus b whole square. We're not really going to cross things out, but so these two are basically, no matter how you write them, they're both basically still the same thing. So don't need to worry about that. But this b over a whole square, this is something that we added, so we got to add it to both sides. Not multiply, but add. Remember that. So we're just gonna write this a squared plus 2 into x into b over 2a plus b over 2a squared, like a plus b. So we're just gonna write a. What is a over here? X, and then b is b over 2a squared equal to minus c over a, and then we're just gonna open the square of both of these, so it's gonna be b squared over 4a squared, and we need to take the LCM, so we're going to multiply something by this, minus c over a. So we're going to multiply is 4a to make it 4a squared, and if we multiply down here, we need to multiply up here, so there we go. And then after that, we're going to get, after multiplying them, we're going to get 4a there, so we're just going to take the LCM, 4a squared, and then multiplying minus c and 4a, we're going to get 4ac. That is like a minus, so we're just going to minus that. And plus b squared. Okay, drop it down, yes. So now we're going to get, okay, let's choose another color. Let's choose pink. Okay, so we're going to write this as it is. So again, right over here, 2a squared equal to, we're just going to switch both of these places. So b comes at the starting, so it's like b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Yeah. So now we're just gonna take the square root to eliminate this square over here. So take the square root of both sides, and this 2 is going to cross out by this, and this part, it's basically, this square is not going to cross out with this because it's like minusing with something, so yeah, that's why we're just going to, let's write it right over here. It's going to be like, this is outside, so it's like, because it has no square over it anymore. And this is just going to be like, this downer part is going to get out, the denominator is going to get out, it's going to be 2a because it basically, this was a square and then this was also a square. It was a square of 2, so that's why I put 2a instead, because now that's out of the square root, and we're just going to put, this is plus minus, by the way, I explained why. Okay, so plus minus, and then b squared minus 4ac still inside. So now we're just going to send this plus b over 2a to the other side, so it's going to be like x equal to plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And when this comes to the other side, it's going to be minus b over 2a. Take the LCM and it's going to be minus b like at the starting, and then plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's x's value, so let's just write like right over here. Let's just write x equal to that. So that's exactly what we had up there. Let's scroll up and see. So, oops, it's way too up. So right here it says minus b plus minus root square, square root, so b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And that's exactly what we have over here. Is minus b plus minus root square b square minus 4ac over 2a.
Okay guys, that's it for this topic. I hope it was helpful, and if you have any questions or suggestions that I can make my videos better by, feel free to comment below. And if this video can be helpful to anybody, do them some good and share it. After all, they do say sharing is caring.